When I first arrived in Hungary, I decided to make a trailer that no one has ever seen before. So I went to hire the best trailer person in the business. His name was Jula. He was in the same town, almost the same town as what I was in a place called Gencsapati in Hungary, close to the Austrian border, and he was just one little town over. It was fine, close to Szombathely. And I designed this trailer, and I told him, this is what I want to do. I want to pull it partly with my motorhome and partly with my car. I want to be able to do it. I don't know what the laws are, what the rules are for trailers. I'm relying on you, somebody who's been building trailers for the last 40 years, to make this trailer for me, to conform to the rules of the road and everything else like that. He said, no problem, I can do it. I gave him a design showing how the doors need to open, what I'm going to do, and I'm going to put special solar heating systems on the roof and all the rest of this stuff. It has to be this wide, this long, this high, all the specifications of exactly what I wanted to do with this thing, how I'm going to move it. I'm going to put tools in it. This is the weight of the tools I'm going to put in. I even have a picture somewhere of all the tools I wanted to put in, and in the end, when he built it for me, he screwed up the roof because he cut in holes for vents for the roof, which I didn't even want. And did all kinds of things that were not on the original drawing, which in a million years I could never even understand how somebody could do that. How could anybody be so stupid to do such a mega screw up of the trailer? It was so heavy that it couldn't be pulled by my car or my motorhome, and I had to sue the guy to get my money back. But he didn't really fight it. He just knew that he made a very big mistake, and he gave me back all my money. But I wasted a whole year having this built, and at the end I ended up buying some cheap trailer just to carry my tools around in, because I needed to test my software. The Perfect Business System in a Box was something that I designed originally in Canada that was very successful, and I wanted to test it for a European market as well, after driving all over Europe, finding out if people were interested in it, because Europeans are usually traditionally more conservative than Americans and Canadians, and I wanted to find out if it would be a viable project for me to work on such a system for Europe. When I came back from my trip, everybody wanted the system that I showed them, even though it wasn't finished yet. They wanted it yesterday. So I came back to Hungary. I bought a building. I outfitted it with a very sophisticated office. I delivered all the stuff that I had in Canada, that I bought in Canada, so that one day if I bought a house in Europe, everything was prepared in a container, and the container was delivered, and I put it all my furniture and everything in the new house that I bought in Gencsapati in Hungary. In theory, all of this would have worked very well, because I'm an organized guy, I'm pretty smart, and I know what I'm doing, but I don't know the environment in which I'm in and the intelligence of the people. Because a democracy can't properly function without well-educated people. Well, I came from Canada. I made a very big assumption that the Hungarians were kind of smart, but all I can tell you is that the elevator doesn't go to the top floor, and everybody has a good laugh because we all know what that means. But unfortunately, the elevator does not go to the top floor, and in some cases there is no elevator. It's really sad. It's really sad that there are so many Hungarians that actually are very poorly educated, and the whole country's like that pretty much, and that is really, really terrible. But there's nothing I can do about that. I went to universities. I tried to find intelligent people everywhere. I found a few, not many, and I offered them to do business together, but they didn't know anything about business. No one still knows about business. If I told you the things that these people did do, you would say, no way. And I said, oh yeah. So anyway, even my friends, when I would report back to them some of the stupid things I saw, my eyes could see it, my brain could process it, but the other half of my brain was saying, what in God's name is going on here? So anyway, I've learned now I'm only going to design my software, but I wanted this trailer to be able to go because I speak German as well. I wanted to go to Vienna, Wiener Neustadt, and these smaller cities to test the viability of having a handyman or a handywoman provide services to multiple little towns and little villages because even if they're not situated near a large city, it would be very wise to be able to do multiple towns and things like that, let's say one every day. So I wanted to test my software, which by the time I finished the trailer, the motorhome and everything else, the software was also finished at the same time, and I started to test the software, and it was very successful. However, the software company kind of screwed it up and made it so technically complicated that nobody could use it, and in the end, the trailer company gave me back my money because they made the trailer too heavy and so on and so forth. But now I'm going to show you very quickly what that means. Now you look at the trailer, you're going to say, wow, that's a cool trailer. Yes, it was very cool for the time. How to open the legs, how to open the arms. You can see the names of the companies that I had in Canada, callrightnow.com, lessthehandyman.com, and so on and so forth. And I did all the graphics. I designed everything myself, and I had a company put it on. I did new electronics. You can see the roof there with the solar panels. But these guys cut holes in the roof, and it was terrible. You can see my motorhome in the background. You can see the little electric car that was in front of the motorhome, because I was going to carry that electric car with the solar trailer and use the solar electric car to drive around to people's houses, not consuming any fuel whatsoever, 100% green, and so is the trailer itself, because its own motors and everything and its own mover was running off the solar panels that were supposed to be on the roof. But because the guy cut holes in the roof, I couldn't actually use it. But I'm going to show you the functionality of the trailer. As you can see now that the door is starting to open, it opened with a remote. So, and it became a ramp, and it also became a chair. It became a place to put together IKEA furniture so that it wouldn't be damaged, because you couldn't put together IKEA furniture on somebody's floor or on outside anywhere, because people had really poor driveways and broken concrete and all kinds of other stuff. So I had to make a place to assemble things. Also the electronics, I designed the electronics in the electrical system. I hired people to come over and do all the electronics with me to put everything in. You know what happened to this thing? As soon as it rained, all the water came in through the roof because you never sealed it properly, and all the electronics, all my tools got wet. I had to take everything out and dry it all down. I built compartments underneath the floor to minimize and keep the weight at the bottom, and all kinds of really sophisticated stuff that nobody had. And I had remotes controlling all different types of things, as you can see here, and it was very, very cool. However, completely useless. Here you can see the back door was opening up like a ramp, but it also acted like a support, so that I could sit out there and assemble things, put chairs there, and all kinds of other stuff. It was excellent, but unfortunately too heavy, and I had to get rid of it. And so I'm flipping through it very quickly, so you can see how cool it was when it was completely open, and what it looked like with my electric car in it. I don't know if I have pictures here of that, but I built a special rail system so I could get it out very easily with a winch and all kinds of other stuff. I had a generator also for it, and it was just very cool, but completely and totally useless. And that's me on the side door if they're looking at it, and that was my house in Genchapati. So I'm just letting you know that I had also a camera system that I put in all the way around, and well, all I can tell you is it was the biggest flop I've ever had in my entire life. And there you go. There you go. Or do you want to build anything in Hungary? Absolutely not. That's my advice to you. Stay the hell away from this place. Okay, talk to you later. Go as a tourist, enjoy the food, and then leave. Okay, I made a mistake. I stayed. I'm going to maybe leave too. I don't know. Anyway, have yourselves a great day, and maybe I'll make another video another